Hola Spain lovers, hola food lovers, Stuart here with another food review video. I'm in the town of Yecla in southeastern Spain in the region of Murcia, and I'm outside this restaurant here called Los Chispos. I'm going to go in, try some of the regional food, some of the local food in this part of Spain, and I'm going to say that I'm looking forward to the meal today because I've been to this part of Spain before. I like the food, and I reckon I'm not going to be let down by the experience today. So without further ado, let's go and sit down and get stuck into the food. Vamos! Now the first thing I'm going to say is that this is a big restaurant. Just in this part of the restaurant there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, at least 25 tables. There's another section here behind me with another 25 tables or so, and I think there's another part just to the right over there that also has tables. So we're talking about a huge restaurant in this industrial area here in the city of Yecla, in the region of Murcia, as I said at the beginning of the video. And this is an important industrial area for furniture. Yecla has the reputation of being the furniture city here in Spain. Lots of businesses associated with the furniture industry. And I reckon the food in this restaurant is going to be pretty good as well. Let's take a look at the menu right now. So we've got some starters, some classic starters here in Spain. We've got Iberian ham, we've got Manchego cheese, another type of cheese with a rosemary flavour. We've got almonds, we've got mojama, which is tuna, and we've also got a mix of different things. We've also got some more starters here. We've got vegetables, we've got a tartar, which is made with the Iberian salchichon, like a type of sausage. We've also got octopus, we've got foie, we've got cuttlefish, we've got artichokes, we've got fried cheese, croquettes, another type of croquette, and different things there, and also pig's trotters. And the prices seem reasonable. They do half servings here as well, full servings and half servings, media ración, salads, Mediterranean salad. Murcia also famous for its vegetables, for its tomatoes and things like that, so I reckon that would be tasty. And then we have spoon dishes here, different types of rices. We've also got Gafacho Yeclano, which is a local type of gazpacho, which has nothing to do with the gazpacho that you'll find in the south of Spain, I don't think. Different types of rice, as I said. And then we've got fish, we've got meat, and then we've got the desserts. And the prices, as I said, seem reasonable. For example, if you want to get an eye fillet of beef, you're looking at around 18 €50. And if you want to get a chuletón, which is a big piece of meat, you're looking at around 50 euros for that piece of meat, which would be the share, obviously, so 25 euros each for that. So wait for the food to come out, but I'm really looking forward to the meal today. The bread that we have been given today with a light drizzling of olive oil. We've also got some more olive oil if you want to add some more to the bread. I think I'm going to try that now. Muchas gracias. Just as I was about to get stuck into the bread, the first thing that I have ordered today has arrived. This is fried cheese, queso frito, with a tomato base, a type of pisto, I think, but it looks appetizing, I will say. Now I just want to try this bread with a bit of the olive oil on top. Not sure if it's a local olive oil. Let me see. I'll put quite a bit of oil on this bread, so let's see the flavor of this olive oil. And wow, that is a good oil. And I've just checked the bottle, and it is a local extra virgin olive oil. Wow. Now, let's try some of this fried cheese, queso frito. Let's break it down the middle here if I can. Get some of this tomato sauce on the plate as well. Homemade tomato sauce. Looks very appetizing, very rich. The tomatoes here. Put that back down. And let's try this piece of fried cheese. And I don't think I've ever had this before. Let's see. So all of the flavour on the plate is coming from the tomato. Very rich, ripe tomatoes, as I said before. It has that pisto flavour to it. I think there's a little bit of onion running through it, a bit of green pepper as well. but very, very similar to the pisto, which is also common in this part of Spain, the pisto manchego. Also here in Murcia, they do a pisto, and that's the dominant flavour here. The cheese doesn't have much flavour to it, fairly bland, I will say, but all of the flavour in the sauce. Let's finish this off. Get all of that tomato on the plate and the remaining cheese. There we go. I might even dip some bread into that sauce in just a moment. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. Let's try some of this sauce on the bread. Look at the colour. The colour of the sauce is unbelievable. Look at that. Wow. Now the second dish has arrived. Get a look at what I've got here. This is artichokes with cuttlefish and a type of green sauce going on top. Not sure what the ingredients are in that sauce, but I'll soon find out. There's some olives in there as well, I think, but looking forward to trying this dish, which is also apparently typical in this town. Now let's get some of this on the plate. See exactly what we've got going on here. In fact, there aren't any olives in it. It is squid ink, I think. We'll get some on the plate. Haven't been given a clean plate, so I've got to deal with what I've got here. This is a half size serving, so I imagine that the full serving would be double this, but I reckon I'm going to have an explosion of flavours here. The secret's going to be as to how tender the cuttlefish is. I reckon it's going to be fairly tender, and also the artichokes as well. The aromas that are coming off this are unbelievable. Now let's try some of the cuttlefish. Sepia, it's called in Spanish, S-E-P-I-A. Let's get some of this squid ink as well. That is good. The artichoke as well, let's see how tender this is. Very, very tender. I don't think they're fresh artichokes. I think they're canned artichokes because they've got that taste to them. I could be wrong, but I would say that the artichoke is out of a tin. Let's finish this off. This is very, very nice. So I'm going to get some bread and dip it into the sauce that I've got here. The different colours that we've got going on here, the greens, the blacks, all of the different colours going on. Wow. So 2 dishes out of the way, and I'm going to say that I am impressed by the quality of the food in this restaurant here, considering that it is an industrial estate restaurant. Very, very good quality. And the service is also top-notch. The waiter that we have, very, very attentive. He's recommended a few of the dishes, and we've been very, very happy with those recommendations so far. Now, regular viewers of the channel will know that I had something similar around a month ago or so, the last time I was in Murcia. This is a consommé with some meat in the middle of it. They call it a pelota or a ball. It's a meatball, if you like, bang smack in the middle of the consommé. Now let's break into the middle of this one. Let's see what the inside is like. Let's have a look at that. There we go. That's what we've got going on here as far as this meatball is concerned. Also with the soup has chickpeas or garbanzos in it. Let's try some of this soup. I was also told by locals that what you need to do is break it up in the soup here and then try it all together. I've tried the consommé on its own. I've tried the meatball on its own. Let's see what all of the flavour combinations are like here now. Yeah, that's nice. None of the flavours are too overbearing, just right, the perfect combination, I would say. Now the restaurant is starting to fill up, the locals are arriving, and one of the criticisms of the restaurant that I saw on the internet is that it can get a little bit noisy, so we'll see if noise levels do become a problem or not. Time will tell. Now finally, I have been convinced by the waiter to try one of the local specialties here. This is the Gafacho from Yecla, Yeclano I think it's called. Basically we've got meat on top, we've got snails that come from the mountain area, we've also got some type of spinach and also a sauce here as well. And the idea is to eat the meat and the snails on top. While you do that, you also eat this thing here, or these things here, which are olives, pickles and some onions as well, with a special spoon from the restaurant here apparently. So I'm going to open this spoon up now. Let's open this up, and then afterwards, when you've only got bread left, because this is a bread base down here as well, Apparently what you do then is you get these anchovies that we have here, and you also get honey, and you wrap it all up and you eat it. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's see. So firstly, let's get some of this meat onto the plate. We'll also get a snail as well and some of the other stuff in here. Not sure exactly what we've got going on, but it looks appetizing, I will say. Put that back down there. I'll get one of these olives here first to try with the seed in it, so you've got to be careful not to break your teeth. And let's try this Gafacho from Murcia. Nothing in common with the typical gazpacho that you'll find here in Spain, which is like a cold soup. This is hot. I think this is some type of pasta and some vegetables as well. As I said, interesting. Time for the snail. Let's see if we can get the inside of the snail out. All right, finally. It looks as though the snail is going to come out. There we go. Let's see. But I will say it's messy. That is a messy dish. This is what's left over here. And apparently, as I said, you've got to roll it up with the anchovies and the honey. So that's what I'm going to do now. Now I'm just going to make sure that I do this final part here correctly, because I didn't pick up exactly what I have to do. I think I have to put the anchovies on top of this with the honey, but I'm just going to ask the waiter and make sure that is what we have to do.
Pero vamos a hacer lo siguiente. Permítame.
Es que no sabemos muy bien cómo hacerlo, por eso le hemos llamado. Lo podemos hacer bien. ¿Cuántos platos? Pero lo agarro. Una anchoita.
Lo hacemos así.
Ya eres un wrap.
Y le va cortando poquito a poquito y va saboreando de todos los sabores.
Vale, pues voy a probar.
Muchas gracias. So you've seen the demonstration there from the waiter. Everything is inside here now. The honey, the anchovies, and the sauce that was on there before. Let's see what this tastes like. So all I'm going to say is interesting. I don't think I've ever had a flavor combination like that in my life. Honey, anchovies, this type of bread, and that sauce there. Amazing. Now all of the starters are done and dusted. Time to wait for the main course. Now, this is what I have been waiting for. I've come all the way to the region of Murcia to try one of the local rice dishes, because here in Spain, some of the best parts of the country to eat rice dishes. Valencia, of course, Alicante, Murcia, and that's where I am. I've gone for what's known here as an Arrol Caldo, which means that it's a liquidy type of rice dish, not a dry rice dish like a paella. More moisture in there, more juice, and the rice, of course, soaking all of the juices up. It also has rabbit and it has snails in there as well. Typical in this part of Spain, the rabbit, the snails with these rice dishes here. I'm going to serve it up. Look at the colours that we've got going on here. Amazing colours. We've got the ingredients in here as well. We've got the rabbit. We've got the snails. Maybe you can see a snail on there. Not sure if you can or not. Have a look. And also the broth that this rice has been soaking away in on the stove for the last 30 minutes or so. Let's plate up. The way that it comes out on the dish. We'll try and get some meat in here as well. Let's get some of this rabbit and a little bit more of the juice, the liquid, and away we go. And then we have Arrol Caldo, Murcia style. And I'll tell you what, if it tastes as good as it smells and looks, I'm onto a winner here. So let's see what we've got going on here, the flavors that we've got going on here. So the rice, as you would imagine, perfectly cooked, exactly how it needs to be. Not too soft, not too hard, just perfect. The other things that we've got going on here in the broth, lots of flavors going on. It's not too salty, it's perfectly salted, and it is, without a doubt, a taste sensation. None of the flavors are too overbearing. They're all perfect. You can taste the meats in there. You can taste the vegetables in there as well. And of course, all of the other ingredients that have gone into this Arrol Caldo. The rabbit comes on the bone, so you've got to take that out and eat it off the bone like this. And I know that rabbit and snails are not for everybody, but my theory is, as you guys know, is that when you're traveling around Spain, in these local parts of the country, eat what? the locals eat, and this is definitely what the locals would be eating. We've also got the rabbit's liver in here as well, I think, the kidney, if I'm not mistaken. So all of the rabbit has been thrown into this dish. And what the rabbit does to this dish is that it gives it a gamey flavour as well, and it's nice. Let's try another one of these snails, if I can get it out. See if I can get the toothpick in here and pull out the snail. There we go. One more mouthful and I'm done, because I have to leave room for dessert, so no more of that. Now my favourite part of the meal has arrived. This is the dessert for today, in Spanish known as mil hojas. The English translation would be 1,000 sheets, but of course we use the French word for this dessert, mil something, you guys know what I mean. So let's get some of this on the plate and see if it is as good as the other things that we have tried today. Ice cream with a little bit of this Biscoff biscuit there as well. Let's see what the flavors are like with this dessert, with a little bit of the ice cream as well. That's good. That is a very, very good dessert and a great way to finish off the meal today. So the meal has come to an end. Time to ask for the bill, and I'll give my final thoughts on the meal today, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so the bill has been paid. Time for my final thoughts. The total price today is €69.30. Two people eating today. I'd love to hear your opinion on the price. Is it expensive? Let me know in the comment section below. Or is it just right? Also let me know. So my final thoughts, starting with the food. I'm going to rate all of the food together, and I'm going to give it a solid 4.5 out of 5 or 9 out of 10, because the food in this restaurant here, the Los Chispos, very, very good. The service, I'm going to give the service 5 out of 5. The waiter, Osvaldo, was very, very attentive, very, very friendly. He put a couple of extra dishes down for us that we got charged for. He wanted us to try the local food, no problems with that. 5 out of 5 for the waiter. The drinks, can't really rate those because I didn't drink any alcohol. I only had water, so no rating there. I'm going to rate the dessert separately, and I'm going to give that a 4 out of 5 as well. So in general, 4 out of 5 for the food. Would I recommend this restaurant here in the town of Yecla? Yes, absolutely. If you're passing through this part of the country, come to this restaurant and you will not be let down by the quality of the food, by the quality of the service, and also the local ingredients, the local food here in Murcia. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. If you have been to this part of Spain, eaten the local food, let me know what you thought of it. If you're planning a trip to Spain soon, this is an area that I would recommend also, the region of Murcia, the city of Yecla. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss a video when I publish it. Until the next one, hasta luego from Yecla, Spain.